What is up, Rangers? You can probably, you're hearing my voice and you are not seeing anything. I am having, which is why, it's maybe a minute or two late for you guys. I was trying to get my webcam working and it's just not. It keeps freezing immediately. Obviously, I have rebooted, I have unplugged and replugged it in. I've tried the basic stuff, but it's just not working. So crap. I was really wanting to get a new webcam, but this may have just pushed it over the edge. So I'm going to keep messing with it behind the scenes. But until then, I don't want to hold this back, I guess, any longer. So I'm at least going to try to keep talking about Power Rangers, pretend it's a podcast right now, I guess, and I'll keep doing what I can behind the scenes and get this, see if I can get video up and going. Because if nothing else, guys, at least be mad that I put all this makeup on and nobody can see me. Just, so sad. What's up, Johnny? Thank you for joining. I guess I could at least put up, or at least I probably should tweet out what's going on, because this is a little weird. I'm sure everyone's like, where is her face? Where is the silliness? This isn't a podcast. God, Christmas ideas for my family, if you're listening. SSD. Seriously. My computer takes forever to boot up, and, that 10 minutes, which was terrible, but that 10 minutes was 10 minutes that I was not troubleshooting what is going on. What's up, Orville? What's up, Professor Dan? Yeah, sorry, guys, I guess I should, pin something up. Working. There we go. See if I can't, pin that? No, I can only remove my own comment. That's fine. What's up, my queen? Slay queen. What's up, cool? That's Robert Payne. Hey, you doing? What do you think of Beyond the Grid so far? It definitely has not done what I thought it was going to do, which maybe sounds a little strange, but I was kind of expecting it to be Corone with some other baddie, and it hasn't been that at all. It's very bizarre, and I'm really enjoying that so far. I'll probably talk about it a little bit. I finally got down to read it today, and yeah, I really enjoyed it. Though still with the art, it's hard for me sometimes. I couldn't figure out if it was Grace or Andros who was talking in a panel, and that's probably not helpful. Let's see, real quick. There we go. Tweet that out. See if anyone else wants to join in. So, this is bizarre because I can't, put my arms up and be hyperactive, and this is very weird for me. But, I guess, let me just get started. Before, can I pop that up? No. Before I get too far into the Ranger Weekend review, one, I have to get a beer to open, obviously. But two, I'm going to pop these up. These are two things that are near and dear to my heart. I'm going to be doing Extra Life this year. I didn't do anything big fundraising or anything last year, but this year I'm really all behind it. 100% of the money goes to Children's Miracle Network. Hospitals, they're hospitals that, for parents who can't pay, for families, you get stuck with a random, your kid comes down with something and they have multiple surgeries, Children's Miracle Network hospitals take care of them. So I'm raising money for Children's Miracle Network Hospital. Check out the link below for Extra Life if you want to donate it all, or check out the team if you want to get in on the team, if you want to be like, hey, this seems cool, playing video games for charity, I can do that. Fantastic. I made a team called Ranger Nation, and you can join it simply check out the link below. You can check out my team, or my page. You'll see the team I'm on. You can go ahead, join it, make your own profile, and you can do your own charity that benefits your local Children's Miracle Network hospital. There's ones from everywhere, and yeah, they could definitely appreciate it. There's breakdowns of where all your money goes. They're a fantastic nonprofit. Okay, I'll get off of my soapbox a little bit for that, but those are just big things that I care about a lot. And also is another odd thing that I've never mentioned, but bone marrow. Sign up, bethematch.org, and get your kit, swab your cheek. It's painless. It's a very, it's a 10-minute process, and if you were matched with someone with bone marrow, you would be potentially saving your life. So in my community right now, we're trying to do stuff for bone marrow, so yeah. So now that I've completely gone off the rail for a bunch of different things, this is just me, I guess, finally getting a little platform to say I care about this shit. Here we go. I'm gonna get my actual voice on right now, okay, guys? What is up, Ranger Nation? Liz here, coming at you with the Ranger Week in Review. You survived another week. Here we go. We have got stuff from all corners of the Ranger world. We have stuff like Super Ninja Steel. We just had a brand new episode. Have a new one next week to look forward to. In Ranger News, Yoshi's up to some awesome stuff. As always, there was a good interview with Aaron Cahill, too. I'll tell you about that later. Hyperforce news. It was its 1-year anniversary. We're just going to talk Hyperforce. Comic news. Beyond the Grid came out. Beyond the Grid doing very well so far, so we're going to talk a little bit about it, its sales, and whatnot. A little behind the scenes of Streetfighter Shjowdown. That new mobile game, if you're out on iOS, is now going to be out for you. The Power Rangers All-Stars game. Merch news, a little bit of merch news, and a little bit of questioning about Hasbro and their branding strategies. Guys, I know you can't see me, but you know I have the drinks. I'm going to put it right up here by the mic. Grab your drink, guys. Sit back and relax, because the Ranger Week in Review starts right now. Hello. We're just going to pretend it's a podcast this week, guys, and you're going to have all of the listening pleasure with your ears. In Super Ninja Steel news, we had a new episode last week called Monster Mix-Up. It was okay. It was, I would say it was a clip show, but honestly, it was a clip show with clips that weren't actually used in Super Ninja Steel. It was just other footage from the Ninja that was, maybe really silly or didn't quite fit anywhere. Excuse me. And so they kind of threw that in this narrative of the Rangers are in the Halloween court, or the court, I don't even remember 100% what it's called. But with the pumpkin judges, it was interesting. It was interesting. But the Rangers got mixed up with some villains. One of the, I would say, coolest little bits of the episode was for me was that the monster Spoil was actually voiced by James Davies, who played Chase, the Black Dino Charge Ranger. How crazy is that? A lot of people thought he were coming back for the anniversary episode, the 25th anniversary episode special, Dimensions in Danger. Because, you kind of saw some pictures of, him with the current cast and on set and whatever. But, yeah, I guess he was in the area voicing some monsters. How crazy is that? We had some other returning voice actors, such as the voice of Cosmo, the voice of Cosmo was the right pumpkin judge. Let's see, the left pumpkin judge, he was Jeremy Randerson, and he was reprising his role as the pumpkin judge from the Dino Charge episode. Wunderbar. I love it. I don't know. It's sometimes when maybe the show isn't going fantastic, it's these little things, they got the same voice actor back for the pumpkin. You know what? Thank you. I'll give you that. And I liked that they at least used different footage as opposed to the footage that, we've already seen. that was okay. You know, it was neat also getting to see the Rangers not only get to do the little bits, like, Preston was dressed as a caveman. I mean, come on, Peter. Like, I love it. I love it. Thank you. They, so they had the, they got to be fun with it, and then in turn, they got to be, monsters in their body, just doing these crazy, silly things. And that's got to be fun for the actors. So those always kind of give some bonus points to me, that when I think the cast genuinely had fun filming the episode. So quick question from Johnny Morero in the chat. Can't believe they reused Necroli and General Snapper in this. Right? So Necroli was from Mystic Force. I don't know if you know much about Mystic Force. I would say it's an underrated season, really. It is a standalone season. Just give it a watch with no preconceptions. I watched it thinking it was going to be terrible, and I was pleasantly surprised. I mean, I really enjoyed it. There was some weird stuff in the end, but I enjoyed it. And General Snapper, me real quick. Who was? No, did I have it down? He was, and I can't remember who he was from at this point. But his suit was reused, and he was something to the effect of, like, he was a big deal monster suit, just like Necroli, who was, and I completely overdid it because I was talking about Mystic Force, but, like, Necroli was a big part. Like, she was a side general, in it. It would be like if, well, I don't say like if Goldar, but like if maybe one of the sides from Zeo, someone that maybe you still recognize from Turbo, but would come back and you'd be like, that's Elgar. Like, what the shit? Like, what the... General Snapper is from Power Rangers Jungle Fury. Thank you. And it really has to make you wonder, because I don't recall General Snapper, and correct me if I'm wrong, guys in chat. Thank you, by the way, for the information. So again, yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, but I forgot my train of thought because I was trying to read chat. Man, see, that would be funnier if you guys could actually see the look on my face right now. But now you're just sitting there frustrated because you're listening. Stupid. Okay, I gotta get off on a different page right now. I'm really ticked that my webcam isn't working, guys, because I have a green screen behind me. I worked on getting this stupid green screen set up behind me, making it fit in this room, trying to get... Yeah, I'll go ahead and turn all my lights off. I had my lighting set up. Like, I really worked on getting this green screen up for this episode because I thought it would be really fun. And this happens, right? Like, it's really frustrating. It was like, I did all of that. At least I will have pictures coming up for you soon, when we at least get to comics, but that just kills me a little bit. So I'm sorry. I just had a rant about that for a second. That this stupid webcam isn't working. If I'm not mistaken, Mystic Force is the only season with a Ginger Ranger. I think you might be correct. Cordell Hart. I know. Okay, so Cordell Daware. And I'm sorry I don't know how to say your name. We're friends in Pokemon Go. Or maybe on Twitter, and so I see your handle, and then when I see your real name, I'm just like, I can't figure out how to say anything. So, sorry about that. And I saw a thing, I think Ninja Steel is better than Megaforce. I watched Megaforce as it aired, and I have never, gone back and rewatched it. That might have to be something that I do in the future. Just sit and watch Megaforce and see if and see what I think. Actually, I don't know, maybe. Let's move on. Nothing new in Beast Morphers, unfortunately. Moving on to Ranger, just in general news. Yoshi is going to be in an Avatar: The Last Airbender fan film. So if you're interested in just Yoshi stuff in general, looks like he's doing stunts, acting. It looks pretty cool. He's been posting quite a bit of behind the scenes stuff. So go check that out. In Hyperforce news, just go to the hashtag Hyperforce because it celebrated its 1-year anniversary. And people on social media were giving it a lot of love. I really, really enjoyed it. But still, unfortunately, no new news for a season 2. Let's move on to comic book. If you hear this like sound in the background, my cat is playing with a zip tie. Boom! Beyond the Grid. There it is, guys. Look, I promise I at least have something interesting for you to see. In Power Rangers comic news, Beyond the Grid issue 32 has come out. And yes, I'm just going to be doing all of this live. Boop. Beyond the Grid issue 32. Now, I read it and I didn't really know what's a thing going into it because it came out on Wednesday and here it is Friday. So, that isn't super long, I know, but it's long enough that I've seen some people talk on social media, and I've definitely heard some good and some bad about it, and so I was kind of, on the fence getting into it. Again, the art, when I mentioned, I couldn't at one point tell if it was Andros, I was trying to combine, Andros or Grace in a frame. The art style is still... It's gonna have to grow on me a little more. It's very dark, and I get that, this isn't a void area. You are in a null place where there's no morphing grid and there's, no life. It's one of those, I understand why he's doing it, to give the, this darkness around you. Just personally, I don't like it because I wish I could see the pictures better. So, I can't. So I can't really be like, oh, I hate it. Like, I get why, as an artist, I get why they do it. It's just, me personally, yeah, I kind of wish I could make out some of the people better and who they were. I will be doing a full review of this, of course, on, well, I don't really know what day, but I will be doing it next week. But the short of it in, Mike, Magna Defender, is still very much willing to throw his body on the line. Tanya gets a little personal, you get to see a little bit of her caringness. Learn who Solar Ranger is. What? I'm not going to completely spoil that, but learn who Solar Ranger is. Now, I'm not going to say who she is, but it's not Corone, which is really interesting, because I thought, going into, who do you think Solar Ranger is going to be or whatever? I'm like, well, I think maybe they went to a different planet, and it might be Corone, because maybe there will be some, I don't know, some connection between Solar Ranger and Andros, because they clearly are kind of building them up on the covers going forward, and usually the cover is a main story arc part, something they want to show. Also, I keep talking, I put my webcam down, it's not working, and I keep trying to talk, I'm facing it for some reason. This is, guys, this is silly. I gotta shake it off and get back to just being hyped Ranger Liz. But anyway, so it's not Corone. It's not Corone with a big bad behind her. Solar Ranger ends up kind of joining, I'm not really going to say joining, but, joining the team pretty early on, and it didn't go where I thought it was going to be, which, that alone, I think, is going to have to give it some bonus points for me, as where I thought the story arc was going to go. Immediately changed. Same with Solar Ranger, where I thought her story was going to go. Completely changed in this one issue. So, props to them for not just doing kind of I guess what fans just would have assumed it would have been. Yeah, I did enjoy it. I will be doing a full review on it coming next week. Talking, though, about comic news, awesome news for, let me swip this one out. Speaking of Beyond the Grid, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers number 31 will be getting a second printing. That is right, completely sold out of issue 1. Will be getting a second printing. We had second printings for Mighty Morphin, I believe, 25, 26, and 27, perhaps. I'm not sure if we got one for 28. So this has been the first time in a while since the Shadow Grid, had just started, that there was a second printing needing. So there was definitely people you know, I'm not going to say maybe they just downloaded or whatever, you know, once they really got into it and didn't care about the covers, you know, maybe they didn't order hard copies of them, but here they are, you know, a new arc, a new something, and I really like, I mean, so it's a new freaking Ranger, guys, right? Like, it's a new Ranger, so of course, she's going to be getting the cover. I love it. Thank you, Boom Studios. Thank you, Hasbro, for letting them create new Rangers and new characters. Abso-freaking love it. Boom. Next story, let's move on to. We're going to move on to gaming stuff. No new characters this week for Legacy Wars that I know of, but the Halloween event is definitely in full swing, so if you haven't logged on yet, be sure to do so you can get all of your rewards and get working on it. This, however, though, that I have on the screen, this is Power Ranger All-Stars. Now, Power Ranger All-Stars actually came out not last year, I mean, it's October, geez, Liz. It came out quite a few months ago for Android, so you have seen, you know, people have been playing it, but it was a very limited, I guess, you know, you kind of call it like a beta release, and it is now open worldwide. Pre-registration is now open, and there's also 2 trailers for it. Get looking in on it. There are already some guides, of course, you can look in. Game's going to feature Megazord action, dungeon runs, compete with other players, 5v5 battles. So far, the confirmed teams are Mighty Morphin, Wild Force, SPD, Mystic Force, Operation Overdrive, RPM, Samurai, Mega Force, Super Mega Force, and Dino Charge. In addition, as a bonus, players will receive rewards depending on the number of people who pre-registered for the game. So there's 2 interesting things. So if you want to get in and you want to do the pre-order, if like 100,000 people pre-register for it, you're going to get like stamina times 100. If 300,000 people register, Ranger XP and Gem XP. So you can unlock tiers based on pre-registration. Now, I have an Android phone, so I can't really get in on this. I actually haven't downloaded it or really. I think I downloaded it, but I just never played it. So if you're interested, take a look. You can do some Googling, and you're going to find some information about it to help you jumpstart your game, because you know a fast start to a mobile game can put you weeks ahead of other people very, very quickly. And yeah, shout out to Yuki Seed and Power Rangers Now, because I kind of just read word for word when they were talking about stamina and stuff. So cite your sources, and I'll have the links below, of course. When I'm done, guys. When I said links below, I'm not shitting you. I pointed down. It is in my blood. I can't get away from it at this point. Let's move away from Power Ranger All-Star Game. How about... No, not Hasbro. Where's the... No, I can't pull up this artwork. Let me stretch my screen real quick and see if... No, are you really not going to work? Huh. Well, I had an image for this fantastic Power Rangers movie VHS Rwir cover, and for some reason, it's not showing up to where I can make it show up. So, thanks, Streamlabs. Really, the only cool thing about it was it's a really neat looking case. It looks like a VHS case from back in the day. It's going to be a Walmart exclusive, so go check out Walmart if you're interested. Let's move on to this guy as we're right here. I have, and I've probably mentioned this before, but I like business. It's a thing. And so this piqued my curiosity. There's a story, I got it from Toku Nation, but it's mostly that Power Rangers, in the scope of Hasbro has a few tiers, right? They have franchise brands. Franchise brands are the ones that are just constantly raking in money that you're going to find everywhere. Think My Little Pony, think Play-Doh, think Transformers, okay? You're going to find them everywhere. You're going to see them everywhere. Those are their franchise brands. They're bread and butter. That's where the money comes in. Power Rangers, however, after this very large acquisition, was not listed as a franchise brand whenever they were talking to investors and shareholders. So it was kind of, and actually, and it had, there's a much bigger write-up, and I'll link it to you. Of course, there were people that are like, well, why not? Why isn't Power Rangers listed as a franchise brand? And they went on to say it was a good explanation, and it was, what I believe to be true, without them explaining. Power Rangers is coming into them where they don't even have the license until, Q2 or so. They aren't going to be able to really make money off of Power Rangers on their books until I think about Q3, meaning they can't really say that it's a franchise brand, that it's going to be raking in all of this money for them for the year, when in reality they aren't even really going to be able to see anything from Power Rangers until the year is halfway over. Also, it kind of shows that they're saying, hey, we're still building this brand. It's more of an emerging brand, because they've said they have so many ideas for what Power Rangers can be. They're already saying we're going to be getting another movie in, who knows how many years. Let's probably guess like 2022 at this rate. But, we're going to be getting more movies. We're going to be getting different toys, different products with them, but we're really not going to be seeing them much, I would expect, until 2020, maybe, late 2019, 2020. I could be wrong, believe me. I would be more than happy to eat my words if we got slapped in the face with Power Rangers stuff in April, because I would love it. So yeah, it may take them a full year to really get into the franchise brand, maybe even a year and a half, but I think that I think it's the right decision. I mean, and this is just from my armchair analyst point of view, but I totally agree with why they're doing it. And yeah, so are you concerned at all about that? I know some people are maybe a little worried, but I mean, I'm not. But if you are worried, let me know. Maybe we'll chat about it. Maybe I can unworry you. If that makes any sense. Oh, I'm gonna give a quick shout out to my buddies. They're going to be doing a podcast for Transformers. If you're a fan at all of Transformers, it's if you guys know it all, if you're in here because you're in the Ranger fandom, Toku Chris from Toku Nation used to do the podcast host, believe me. Collector Shuki, who all about the toys, Geek Each Week, Chris Long, again, all the toys. These people are pillars, and they know what they're doing, and they're doing a new Transformers podcast. They're going to be watching every episode of Transformers ever, starting with G1. Give them a look. It's Teletron Fun. I don't know. They're on Twitter. I've retweeted something from them, so go give them a look. But I gotta give them a plug because I have much love for those guys, and good luck to them. Best wishes. Let me go back through chat real quick. Solar Ranger piques my curiosity if you want to know more about her history. I can't help but wonder if we get a mini series about her origin. Give me. I hope that Soul of the Dragon, which is the Tommy, like old man Tommy going back. Imagine just an old guy that was a superhero that has to give it that one last thing, like to save his son. That, okay? Except it's Tommy, so it's gonna be really cool. It's probably gonna give us a lot more information about the Master Morpher and everything. That comes out in mid-December, I think. Pre-orders are now available. But I hope it's really just the beginning. I hope it sells fantastic. I hope that they can do that with more characters. I would love to get maybe a mini series about Ranger Slayer. Oh my god, wouldn't that be awesome with Ranger Slayer? Or even Lord Draken Conquest. It's crap. If Lord Draken is hitting on all cylinders right now, like, I'm not sick of him yet. Give me Because at this point, you know, they wouldn't come out for a year or so. Give me a Lord Draken backstory more. You know, I want to know more about his time with Rita and his conquest. Like that. Oh, God, that'd be awesome, right? I mean, maybe just me, but I think it would be awesome. You know what? You know what time it is, guys? It's time for... Wait. Oh, man, I can't take it off even on time because I can't find it. It's time for... Not that. Toku News! There it is, guys. It is time for Toku News. And what am I going to talk about? What do you think I'm going to talk about, you silly heads? I'm going to be talking about this most gorgeous thing ever. Ever. Is it ever, Liz? Maybe. This beautiful thing is no. Let me click on it. I need to make it bigger. I have to show this to you guys. This, my friends, is Kamen Rider Kiva. And he is getting a Figuart! Oh my gosh, it's actually happening. Guys. I'm just so happy. I am crying with happiness. It's actually happening. 1, I have to find a middleman. 2, I might have to go sell something because after shipping and everything, is going to be like $100. But I can't not get it. I can't. I've wanted this figure. I mean, I watched it and I was like, oh, hey, that's cool. And I'm learning about Figuarts. And I'm like, hey, these are cool. And, oh, they're doing it for all these past riders. I should totally get one for, wait, what? They've never made one? And it irked me. And it irked me for 5 years. Yeah, because I started watching Gaim in 2013 because that's when it aired. So in 2013, I watched Kiva. And so it's bothered me for 5 years. And the suit, yeah, absolutely, Cordell. The suit is beautiful. It absolutely is. And they need to make the suit. They needed to make this. And I am just so flipping happy that they did. Oh, and I was trying to move the Toku News one. And it failed. Wah, wah, wah. To Liz. Nope. No, I failed. That's fine. It's like 7,800 yen. I guess I could bring up my actual notes. I just was getting lost in the gorgeousness of it. He's coming April 2019, 7,560 yen before shipping and handling. But it's his basic form, and that has never been released before. Kiva, of course, is coming. The cool thing is like his leg, because he has leg change, and it's absolutely gorgeous. But yeah, 75. Let me pull up a calculator real quick, guys, because I'm just, you know what, we're doing this live. We're having fun with it. I'm going to pull up exactly yen to US dollars. Hey, I was wrong, actually. The yen is not doing as good, or the dollar is doing better, but it's only $67.56. That actually doesn't make me feel nearly as bad. Okay, well, that's cool. Alright, so Kiva Figuart, buy 2 of them. Cry with happiness and sleep with them at night. Okay, I will move on from that now. Next, a bit of news is that another double, Deno and Futaros Imagine, have been revealed. Let me boom to that. Wait. Womp womp. I'm still getting used to this. I apologize, guys. Some things I'm just not great at yet, but I really worked hard. But I did work hard at making sure that I actually had pictures this week, which little did I know would be super handy because my webcam didn't want to work. Hey, see those suits? You know who those are? That's another double. Pretty sure you realize that one. He's on the left. In the middle is Den-O and Futaros Imagine on the right. They've been revealed. That is going to be the third and supposedly final installment of the Generations trilogy, Heisei Generations Forever. will be coming out. So these 3 creatures are going to be going on it. It's going to be December 22nd release date. I love those movies. I freaking love those movies. Next one is that I already kind of spoiled you on is the O's cameo because I had them on in the wrong order. Sorry about that. But if you're a fan of Kamen Rider O's episode 9 and 10 of Zio, yeah, sorry about that. This is really, I'm sorry, it's really throwing me off not having a webcam, and I just feel really frazzled right now. So Shu Watanabe and Riho Takada, I'm sorry, are going to be in episodes 9 and 10. Oh my goodness, that is going to be a cast of characters right there. I'm very excited to be seeing these guys back in action. I've watched about 8 episodes of O's. I didn't not like it. It just never really caught my attention enough for me to like keep up with it. And I just got lost in other Toku and shows and stuff in the meantime, but I will be visiting it eventually, and then I have to visit 4s eventually also. If you were a fan, do I have... Nope, might not have brought it over. I'll see if I can do it really quick. The the Beast Ride Watch. I was going to call it the Kamen Rider Ride Watch for Beast. It's a long night, guys. I'm sorry. From Kamen Rider Wizard, Kamen Rider Beast is going to be getting a ride watch, and he is going to be bundled with select apparel from Bandai's fashion line late November. So it's not a DX release. Like we've been seeing for a lot of them, it's just going to be a sound ride watch. For more information, Tokusatsu Network has you covered. Go ahead and I'll have the link down later. There's some final stage charms for the Kamen Rider Build final stage. They're really cute, and if you want to see them, there are 8 different ones. They are made of alloy, so they're pretty heavy. They're about 35 millimeters big. The people couldn't attend, I guess, because of the typhoon. So everybody who couldn't purchase them at the final stage performance can order them on Premium Bandai's website. Tax included is only actually 2,700 yen, so if you're a fan of the charms, you might really enjoy that. Scheduled for shipment December. In other Kamen Rider news, for Figuart's Kamen Rider Zanki has got official images and information. It's from Hibiki, who's gotten a lot of releases lately. We've got, Todoroki is coming out in January, Ibuki came out in September, and Zanki is coming out in May of 2019. He's going to have his Henshin, Anka, 3-disc animals, and a bunch more. Let's see, it's going to be released in May for 7,020 yen, a Tamashi Web exclusive. If you want to get in on that one. Nothing big for Sentai and Ultraman news, though. The Rube movie toy catalog was revealed. It was the 3rd quarter toy catalog. The movie, I think, is... Let me scroll down a little bit. The movie is a spring 2019 release. That's as far as we know right now. But we're getting a few details about the film. It'll release a new Ultra person. And I'm not going to tell you secret identities or anything, but if you want to know more, check out the links. I'll try to get them posted ASAP as soon as this is over. But take a look, and you'd be a little spoiled if you're a big fan of Ultraman Rube, which I admittedly haven't watched anything past episode 1. If you were a fan of the Mebius Brace and Night Brace, congratulations, because Premium Bandai is going to be releasing replicas, the Ultra Replica Mebius Brace and Night Brace transformation items. They will be released as a single set on March 2019 with reservations beginning on October 10th, running through November 12th. The set's going to cost you just about 14,000 yen if you would like them. Check out the link. Tokusatsu Network has you covered on that one. To a sad bit of news, and I really am. You know what? Hold on, guys. 1 second. If I'm going to talk about this, I got to give these guys the respect they deserve. So let me get that off. Let me get that off, and let me talk about the first one. Here we go. Super Sentai voice actor Nobuo Tanaka has passed away. He was 83 years old. He passed away on October 20th. He did a bunch of stuff. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Lupin III. But you would know him the most if you have listened. He was the narrator in Go Ranger, Changeman, Turbo Ranger, and O Ranger. He voice instructor Richie Hiker in Car Ranger and Mr. Voice in Bokinger. He actually made a brief on-screen cameo as himself in a Kiva Ranger, which was really cool of him. He was 83. So sorry. Thoughts and prayers go out to his family, and thank you for bringing these beloved characters to life for us in Super Sentai. Another unfortunate voice actor who passed away this week, who did a lot of things, Koji Shujitanaki, passed away on October 17th due to a stroke. He was only 56